So welcome to the scale. So what is the bounce scale in a short version, because there was training on it. So I'm going to introduce you to the child version of it. So I want you to think of it as a step-by-step ladder moving up and furthest away from green, regulated, grounded. So let's imagine, let's get him centered. Let's imagine this is calm. So what does calm and connected mean? If you think of it for yourself for a moment, what would it look like? What would calm look like for you? What would it feel like inside? What would it look like outside? What would the environment look like? What's happening in your world to achieve this state of calm? And how does that change when you start to feel dizzy? So we're moving up the scale. So calm can sit down for a second. Fizzy, excited. So we're going up now. Things are starting to change from calm. To be curious, what changes? Well, things that start to change include your heart rate will start to change when you start to get excited. The temperature in your body will change. Maybe a little bit of adrenaline in your system, depends on what it is that makes you feel excited, but fizzy. Still okay. We're still okay when we're excited and fizzy. But if we do not regulate down the scale, if we do not regulate our nervous system, we know that we start to feel stressed. We know that we'll start to have thoughts and cycles, and it will bring up past events. Even though we've sorted that out, we've sorted those things out. No, we haven't, because we're feeling it all again, because we're moving up the scale. Now we're starting to worry. This is now anxiety. Anxiety in a nervous system changes things, changes our physiology. We go from excited to too much adrenaline in our system, cortisol in our system, heart rate, our breathing. We know when we're stressed, our breathing's up here. You know when a person's stressed because they talk. You think, just breathe, breathe, because it's all shallow. It's all up here. A lot of adrenaline and cortisol. When you're stressed, you can't sleep. Why can't you sleep? Because of those thought patterns. What else is happening? You have so much stress hormone in your body and you haven't burnt it off, I'm guessing. So because you're lying there and you cannot sleep, and you might journal. This is worrying me, that word. And but 3 o'clock, you're wide awake again. All those thoughts, and it's so much worse at night. Okay, so we're going up the scale, right? There's more. If you don't have the opportunity to regulate your nervous system and you've got that adrenaline and cortisol pumping through, we go higher up. Where's my green? Calm, grounded, connected. Now, move you, there you go, right? You're frustrated and angry, pretty much snapping and argumentative all the time, and you're going to see things in a different way, and the lens that you see the world is going to be different because of the adrenaline and cortisol in your system that you may not have processed, and you're still not processing it, and it's all getting too much. It's all too much. Everything is too much. It's that fear, but you still, and this isn't a bad thing, you're still frustrated and angry because it is quite a strong feeling of adrenaline and cortisol in your system. Now, shuffling around. He's a teeny tiny one. Meet sadness. Everybody has sad parts. Everybody has angry parts. Worried parts. Excited parts. As well as calm parts. Come back calm. Sadness. Right, let's bring sadness back. Sadness, we're up here now, is the furthest away from grounded and connected you can be. If you've ever suffered from depression, if you've ever suffered from grief, if you've ever suffered, you understand how much you feel trapped, you feel small in a world that feels too much. It is the furthest away from connection to self, to others, to the environment. You just want to shut yourself away, wrap yourself up, stay in bed. Can't talk about it. It's too much. It's exhausting. Your nervous system is exhausted because it's overwhelming to feel anything else. It's too much. So the nervous system shuts down. That's the lovely brain stem right at the bottom of your top of your spine, the bottom of your brain. It's too much. Why is this even relevant? Why is it important to understand this scale? Because when you understand your nervous system, when you understand how it's activated and regulated down, when you understand that there is a state of calm, a state of healing, a state of rest and digest, a state that exists in all of us. When you start to recognize that and you dip your toe into being in there more and more, you realize you don't want to go there. You might not have even realized how much you were there. This part of you took over and flooded your nervous system. And it can look like a very busy, productive person juggling everything. Gosh, that person's just so good. Just give them more, they'll get it done. Yeah, they're running on adrenaline and it will burn them out. We need, as a society, as a professional, as a parent, we need to know about our nervous system so that we can support children in understanding theirs. So that when they start to change their state, they understand that it's changed. The not knowing and disconnecting from emotions, from states, is suffering with your mental health. When that young person struggles to identify and manage and regulate their states of emotion because it's too much, and you're looking for interventions, and you're looking for ways to support them, you'll realize this disconnect is there. It is just overwhelming. It's not one emotion, it's just all of them. It's all of them. It is all of them together. And it's okay to feel these states. It's okay to dip your toe into, to moments of, because that's life. But we need to know how to activate the parasympathetic. There he is. Hello, parasympathetic. How to activate the parasympathetic to calm, regulate, grounded, safe, connected. I am connected to my toes, to my feet, to my lungs, to my temperature, to me, connected to myself, and I feel safe. When I feel safe with myself, I can feel safe with others. When I start to trust myself, when I start to trust, I will start to trust others. That's attachment. But if I do not trust this state, if I do not befriend, if I do not understand, if I do not, then I will live in states of fear, states of anger, states not knowing there's any other way, not knowing how to activate and regulate, not knowing that there is another state, and it is a wonderful state to be in when you are, if you have the opportunity to, when you are in a state where your body, just put them in their little houses, just so you know they get it. Yeah, I know. When you're able to understand this state and you're able to tap into that and you understand how your nervous system works and you have these little hacks and moments of, oh, I'm starting to feel I'm not going to be there. I need to put this into my day. I need to put this into my day. I need to factor this into my every day because I know that this is a place I want to be, because this is a place of growth. This is a place where this is online and you're creative and you're connected. You can do amazing things. You can still juggle all those things to do and jobs to do. You can still be able to do that because your body isn't burning out. Your nervous system isn't fried. You're not getting to the end of the week and sleeping. And we need to understand about this scale. It's neuroscience, it's polyvagal theory. It is evidence-based. We need to understand it so that we can do a different lens towards emotional dysregulation. Now, how can I help this young person because they are completely dysregulated and quick to anger? They're struggling to go on the playground because every time they do, there's an argument, a fight. So, oh gosh, I have to stay in again. No movement. These need movement. They are energy, adrenaline, cortisol, too much burning out. They need movement, which is why they're round, which is why I made them into balls. They need to be moved. You think of an emotion, just for a second. Let's think of a time that we felt this. We felt fear. What does our body do when you feel fear? It holds, it contains, it is ready for action, but it can't necessarily resolve that. And it holds onto it, and it holds it within the muscle, it holds it within the system, it holds it as a memory. Might need that again, might need to know about this strategy again, I might need it. And it holds onto it. And we have to understand our nervous system, educate children to understand their nervous system so they can let it go. It's always part of them, but they don't need that part that it might be in their shoulders of the stress. There'll be more than one. They don't need to hold on to the stress that's held within their muscle, within their joints, within their memory, within themselves. We need to help them to understand where it is, connect to it, give permission to let it go. We have to have permission, that's trust. We don't trust ourselves, we don't trust others. Permission. How many times we worked with young people and they struggle to make any change because who are you? Oh, you're one of those professionals, you're one of those people, you're an adult. I don't trust adults. I don't trust anybody. And they don't trust themselves. So you might put an intervention together and it might be the best intervention that exists. And you're sat there and you're going through the plan, right? Session 1, session 2. Okay, not engaging. Sorry, so-and-so, Tracy, so-and-so can't engage with this, can't do any more, tried. Why can't they engage? You haven't asked permission. You haven't asked their permission. You have to have the permission of the child's nervous system. You have to ask permission of them and trust that. They have to trust that you are that safe person, that when they let this go, keep picking it up and putting it down, when they let this go, it's going to be okay. You hold on to that fear, that can become part of who you are. I'm going to go heights for my example. Heights. It's a fear. It is a fear, and it is an all-consuming fear for me. All-consuming, and I've tried everything that I can do. So I avoid it, because it's there pretty much everywhere when I'm going up a tall building. All-consuming, and it shuts, and it starts to shut everything down, and I start to physically shake. It's not good. It's not good. I don't like the feeling. I don't like that feeling. I don't connect to that feeling. I don't befriend it. I don't see it as it's just there to help me, because one time, and I know the time, when I was a young person, a young child, I had an experience whereby I fell a long way. And that is held within my nervous system. It's held there. And I can either never go up a ladder, never go up a building, never experience things, or befriend that. Recognize it's my nervous system, was there to keep me safe. It's falling down, I want to say cliff. It was like, it was in Wales. It was high. Look, I can't remember if I was to go back and have a look at it. It's probably a tiny little thing, but it was scary for my nervous system, and I didn't process it. Come on, I'm of an age where up you get. Push yourself down. Yeah, you scratched all over your arm. Don't worry about that. That's just thorns. Pull them out. Get on with it. Chop, chop. My nervous system did not forget. And it's there. It's not rational. It's fear. And we have to understand our own fear. Take responsibility for our own fear. It's mine. Thank you very much, fear. Thank you very much for keeping me safe. Yes, I had to grab hold of this and grab hold of that. And yes, it hurt. Yes. Thank you, though, for keeping me safe. And we have to recognise our own fear, our own excitement. Got to be careful with that one. Anger is a beautiful energy. It's a strength. It's powerful when it's not destroying self and others. It's just energy that's been used in the wrong way. Sadness. There are always going to be times of sadness in our life. We can't hide from that. We can't run away from that. We can't be scared of that. We have to befriend. And the wonderful, those eyes are looking a bit bizarre, calm, the wonderful calm, connected and grounded that you have. This one needs lots of reminding for the nervous system. How do I feel regulated and calm? And if you've had a very sensitive, very active nervous system for your life, patterns of behaviour, this one's hard to remember. I can't remember a time that I felt happy, I felt safe, I felt relaxed, I felt calm. Isn't lying down. I mean, maybe it is sunning yourself. Calm is your ability to connect to every part. Calm is when the parasympathetic system's online. Calm is when you can, not getting triggered by the external noise. Calm. I live by Beachy Head, just so you know. There's always a car or a motorbike that likes to go up. Calm is when my heart, the heartbeat of a person, is at around 60 beats per minute, around. And I'm not breathing up here, shallow breaths. I'm breathing deep, regulated breaths with oxygen that pumps through my whole body, and isn't that healthy? Calm is more than. It's not here. Calm is in here. You know this if you've worked with a young person that's struggling with rage, anger, with something that a behavior that is not wanted, and you begin the process. And where is it? It's here. Where is that emotion? Can't connect to it. And that's the work. That's our work. That's where we must be. We cannot stand by and have children not able to connect to their emotions. How can they form healthy relationships if they're not able to feel every emotion? That's healthy, to be able to feel every emotion and regulate down, bounce back, go back to, the resilience word. You've got to be so careful with that word. You've got to use it the right way. Resilience is being able to allow, be able to feel each emotion, but recognize that it's a part of us, part of who we are. And then, how do I deal with this? Adrenaline, cortisol in my system right now, so that it doesn't flood me. It doesn't flood me. How can I? And that's the work. That's the work. That's why it isn't one method, one process, one technique. It is a combination, because these parts, they all like it in a certain way. We have to recognize, what is it we like? And that's where the work comes in. And that's why there's sand trays. Because for some of us, for some children, we have to hold on to those parts. We have to hold on to it. Because that's how we process information. We hold that. We do things with our hands. That's why I run the yoga sessions. Why? Because for some of us, we need movement. For all of us, we need to know that there's parts of us, the adrenaline it's in there. And if you've ever done a yoga position with hips, you know if you're storing anything in there because you begin to feel, whoa, okay, and you have to you just let it move. You'll know. Certain positions, certain movements, and certain postures are uncomfortable. Why is it uncomfortable? Because we're holding on. Why are we holding on? Because there's something there. We stored it, we held on to it once, twice. Patterns of behaviour more than once and twice. And it's there and it wants you to move it. That's why I do the yoga sessions. That's why I do the sand tray. The logical, where's my Lego? If you can see some of them up there. The logical left and the emotional right. Lego's so good for that. I'm going to say Lego bricks that look like Lego. There we go. There's lots of other alternatives. The logical left and the emotional right, sequential, building, collaborative. It's more than building. It's more than that. We need to be aware of the what is it more than? Why is sand so good? Why is art so good? Why can art for that young person work and Lego can't? Why? That's the knowledge. Just recognizing it, recognizing the scale, recognizing that is going to take time. It's going to take time to understand which approach works, especially when you don't know the young person and the child. You can get a feel for it quite quickly when you know what you're looking for. But at the beginning, it's a process. Like everything, it's a process. Change is a process. You can't do parasympathetic yoga positions, holding positions once, and that's it. Great, I felt calm. Yeah, a bit of this came out. Yeah, and I got really frustrated at one time because I couldn't do it and everybody else could. Yeah, that's moved as well. Yeah, oh, I've done it now. Great. 3 seconds of feeling. That isn't going to be enough to strengthen that part of you. You've got to strengthen that part of you. They've got to strengthen, the child's got to strengthen that part of them. But the more we do it, the more we do the sand trays, the more that we connect, the more that we do the grounding, the more that we are tuned to, the more they will be able to go into that state quicker and quicker and recognize when they're starting to go up, communicate with you because they trust you. Why do they trust you? Because your nervous system is regulated. You're not wired and angry and frustrated, and they are attuned to themselves, and they are attuned, therefore, to others. And there is co-regulation, there's attachment, that's it. The beauty of it. So when you're looking and what do I do first? Have a look through. No, there isn't one way, but have a go at one of them. Have a go, but listen to their nervous system. Reading. That's where the new course come, that's where this has come from with the course, because we need to know how to read. Need to know how to read the person, need to know what isn't being said. What is the nervous system telling me? Not what's coming out of here, because this is here and we don't want to connect to there. That's a story. We can make that story up, can't we? It's connecting to here. And that's where the work comes in. That somatic, body-based work, emotional work. To then say, okay, now I know what it is. Now I know which intervention to choose because I know what it is. Now I know what progress looks like. And it isn't, if you have been dissociating, masking, and you start to befriend, and you start to go down, what's going to come out? Oh yeah, this is a beautiful protective companion to sadness. Anger will protect you from feeling sad. It will protect you. Recognizing that anger is a part of the healing process. It's part of it. But what do we do? That's where the knowledge comes in. Right, what do we do with this? I know how to. I'm not frightened of it. As a professional, as a parent, as a practitioner, as the person that's got that child's back, we can do this together. This is your nervous system. This isn't choice. This is your nervous system simply feeling. And yes, it looks like anger and frustration, but it's connecting, isn't it? It's still connecting to the body. We need to work out how to release it. If we do not, that is trauma. Trauma in the nervous system, trauma in life. And that will become, and they will flood their system, and there will be loads of these in fists and anger and throat and words and heart. And they will be angry and frustrated, and it will be their identity of who they are. And they will be surrounded by everybody else that can connect to that feeling, because they will look externally to how they feel internally. And if internally they are angry and resentful and frustrated and bitter because life has done this to them, haven't processed it, and they haven't befriended, and they haven't had opportunities with people who understand how to help them, they will become that and seek others that get it. And that is not a life that you want any child to grow into, because this becomes overwhelming. And what do we do when we feel overwhelmed and we do not have people around us that have healthy choices? We will soothe that nervous system in all sorts of wonderful ways. Let's numb it down. Let's take something, let's smoke something. Let's not feel it, because feeling it is too much. Smoking that, taking that, that's okay. That'll do. So if this story, if this narrative, if this is resonating, if I've said something you go, I get it, then look on the site, look on course, look on, dip your toe in, have a go, run with it, and then you'll be back. And then you'll have a go at something else, because you'll see the change. That's the bit where you will see a positive change, and then that curious part of you will go, I want to know a bit more of that. I want to know more. That's where I'm at. I'm in that. Curious. This is online. This is thinking. Curiosity. Why is that young person really struggling to engage in school? Why? Curiosity. Because I am in a place. My nervous system is in a place, and that takes work, takes knowledge, it takes expertise in a way to know that this isn't here. And that, when you're ready to take the leap, is where you can be all of the time. Doesn't mean you're not going to get stressed now and then, or angry now and then, or upset and disappointed in a system that doesn't work now and then. But it won't be who you are. And then you'll become that person that others go to at school, or within your setting, or whatever setting that will be. I've realised that there are lots of other professionals that now start to come to the training. You'll be that person. Or can I just ask you a question about this client, this person, this child, this family, this nervous system that I'm not quite sure why? And you'll know, you'll get it, you'll know. And that is huge, isn't it? That's empowerment, that is positive change, not signposts to a system that is collapsing. The system cannot cope with the demand that's being placed on it. We have to look at ourselves, look within our family, look within our professional field, circle, and make the positive change there. The child now, so he doesn't have to go on the waiting list for 2 years, because then they've resolved. Then they've been given opportunities to resolve when it mattered and not have it, that they start to shut down, and then they go to that wonderful meeting and won't engage, and they go off the list, or go for another diagnosis. It's another 2 years. That isn't where we need to be. We need to be in a system that we are creating from a knowledge base that is science first, evidence-based, neuroscience first. That is the way, and that is what I can offer. That's what the service can offer. That's what the professionals that come to do the training and can offer. Okay, I think I've covered everything in this little overview that I wanted to do for you. So, yeah, I look forward to meeting you at a training session, or if you want to jump in with both feet, a course. There will be ones coming up on these wonderful parts of us and understanding how to relate to those. That's coming up soon as well. Very excited on that one. There's another one coming up that not only talks to, befriends, understands those parts of us, but then upskills them. Little toolkits. Okay. Little toolkit. What little toolkit would work? When? How? That's coming up. I haven't quite worked out a name for it because I keep changing, but that's coming up by the summer, I think. Shaping it. We have to be neurodivergent affirming in anything we make. Strength-based. So the nervous system gets triggered. What can we do? What can we do? What can we do to help? Manage proactively and also reactively. What can we do in the moment? How many times we work with young people and we've taught them a method and then you just, what? Why? Because they've never been taught a reactive method, only a thought-based method. And that one shut down. Thoughts have shut down and they can't access the walk away method. When somebody starts to get you frustrated and angry, walk away method. Why don't you walk away? Why? Can't shut down. Emotions are held in here. There's no point doing that method, is there? Anyway, take care. Bye-bye.